Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
Labor for learning before you grow old. Learning is better than silver and gold. Silver and gold will vanish away, but a good education will never decay.
Labor for learning before you grow old. Learning is better than silver or gold. Silver and gold will vanish away, but a good education will never decay. Little boys, little girls, oh yeah, just take my advice. Go to school and learn the golden rule. You will find out what I'm saying to you. Not a good education will never decay. Little boys, little girls, just take my advice. Go to school and learn the golden rule. You will find out, oh yeah, what I'm saying to you. Not a good education will never decay. Oh, yeah, not a good education will never decay. Little children, hear me, that a good education.
It's the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, the Decade of Action for Road Safety, and the UN International Decade of Indigenous Languages. It's the sixth day of the ninth month of 2023, the International Year of Millets. A millet is a cereal grown in warm countries and regions with poor soils, bearing a large crop of small seeds, which are chiefly used to make flour. 2023 is also the International Year of Dialogue as a guarantee of peace. Put another way, it's the sixth day of the fourth month of the 2023 North Atlantic hurricane season, and we still have reason to pay attention to that information. In the meantime, let's also remind ourselves of the observances for September, according to the Association of Health Organizations in the United States. The month of September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, National Senior Citizens Month, Employers Month, Alopecia Awareness Month. Alopecia refers to partial or complete hair loss, baldness. September is also Travel Agents Month and Cheese Month. It's Armed Forces Day in Sao Tome and Principe. Bonaire Day in Bonaire. Defense Day in Pakistan. Dia de la Unidad Nacional. That's in Chile. Union Day in Chile. Independence Day in Swaziland. Labor Day in Palau. And Unification Day in Bulgaria. Hoy es miércoles, el 6 de septiembre 2023, y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa, Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est mercredi le 6 septembre 2023 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez, où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie et du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. All we're saying is it's Wednesday, the 6th of September, 2023, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
Go to school and learn the golden rules. You will find out what I'm saying to you. That a good education will never be done.
Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7 and 106.9. From Morant Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. We acknowledge those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM, in particular from the United States and the United Kingdom, but you can actually reach those numbers wherever else you're in the world, as long as you apply the include the international code, etc. So if you want to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, you can call 631-359-8281. 631-359-8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, you can call 0330-606-0953, 0330-606-0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. If you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat. There's always YouTube. All you need is a smartphone, a tablet, computer, laptop, desktop, any one of those. Then you need internet connection. But more importantly, internet connectivity. One sure way of testing for connectivity is by opening a browser like Google Chrome, for example. If you're able to browse, you're good to go. If not, then you might have a bit of a challenge on your hands, which we hope you will eventually have resolved. We thank those of you who are listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9, as we have said before, and we will forever say it. We thank the late Tony Leng for that particular line, from Morant Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is both sides of the story on Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. Let's remind you as well, we're streaming live on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear, but see, as we've said, what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. We welcome some of our other listeners who are just tuning in. Oh, we missed the break? All right, let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
17 minutes past 2 o'clock.
The quality of care for the environment determines the quality of our lives and the lives of future generations. What are the various features of our environment, and what's the state of these features? Who are the stakeholders responsible for the environment's care? What are some of the laws and conventions that govern the protection of our environment? The Environment and You seeks to answer these questions and more. Join Power 106 FM during Power Talk on Wednesdays at 1:15 p.m. with host Simon Crosskill for the feature The Environment and You, showcasing discussions on the major issues affecting our environment. The Environment and You is sponsored by the Jamaica Environment Trust, JET, a voice for Jamaica's natural resources.
Go to school and learn the golden rules. You will find out short will never be had.
Thanks a lot for staying with us. Let's clear some messages now as we take your feedback from all around the world. What do we have here? Audrey Smith says, Afternoon, Dervan and listeners everywhere. Happy Wednesday to all. Enjoying the weather we're having this week. Watching and listening from Southampton. Welcome to you. Warm welcome to you, Audrey Smith in Southampton. Thank you very much for making it both sides of the story here on Paro 106 FM. Velta Wilson in St. Thomas says, Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and listeners on this hot Wednesday, isn't it? Yes, indeed, it is hot, Velta Wilson. Thank you very much for that warm reminder. Joan Edgehill says, Good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Good afternoon to you too. Looking forward to talking to you later, she says. We can't wait, Joan Edgehill. We look forward to that. Faye Weller says, Blessed afternoon, Mr. Dervan and faithful listeners. God bless us all to be together again. Thank you, Faye Weller. I'm here listening, she says. Thank you very much for your continued listenership, Faye Weller. Hello as well to Errol in, which Errol is this again now? Is this Errol from New Jersey or Errol from Florida? If you're still listening, Errol, please remind us, which of the two Errols are you? He says, good day, Dervan and all listeners across the globe. Good day to you too, Errol, and all the listeners across the globe. Some quick updates now. Let's see. NCTVET reorganizing its systems following transfer to Ministry of Education. The National Council on Technical and Vocational Education and Training, NCTVET, is reporting that it is reorganizing its operational systems following its official transition to the Ministry of Education. Also trending on the Gleaners Jamaica-Gleaner.com website, coconut farmers encouraged to capitalize on industry incentives. Coconut farmers or other interests looking to enter that industry are being encouraged to make use of the various incentives offered by the Coconut Industry Board, CIB, to promote the sector's continued growth. Morgan condemns verbal attacks on the media. Websites charging fees to complete online immigration form. Suspect in killing of Spanish Town couple and their son, fatally shot by police. St. Anne taxi operator charged for gun attack on policeman. And this summer was a global record breaker for the highest heat ever measured. That's the word from the meteorologists. That's what they're telling us. This summer was a global record breaker for the highest heat ever measured. Now imagine, well, let me not go there on that one, but seriously though, this summer was a global record breaker for the highest heat ever measured. That's the word from the meteorologists. Here's the story. Earth has sweltered through its hottest northern hemisphere summer ever measured, with a record warm August capping a season of brutal and deadly temperatures, according to the World Meteorological Organization. Last month was not only the hottest August scientists ever recorded by far with modern equipment. It was also the second hottest month measured, behind only July 2023, according to the World Meteorological Organization and the European Climate Service. Copernicus announced Wednesday. August was about 1.5 degrees Celsius or 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than pre-industrial averages. This is the threshold that the world is trying not to pass. Though scientists are more concerned about rises in temperatures over decades, not merely a blip over a month's time. The world's oceans, more than 70% of the Earth's surface, were the hottest ever recorded, nearly 21 degrees Celsius or 69.8 degrees Fahrenheit, and have set high temperature marks for 3 consecutive months. That's the story. The dog days of summer are not just barking, they are biting, says United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Climate breakdown has begun, he says. So far, 2023 is the second hottest year on record, behind 2016, according to Copernicus. Scientists believe they blame ever-warming human-caused climate change from the burning of coal, oil, and natural gas, with an extra push from a natural El Nino, which is a temporary warming of parts of the Pacific Ocean that changes weather worldwide. Usually, an El Nino, which started earlier this year, adds extra heat to global temperatures, but more so in its second year. Climatologist Andrew Weaver said the numbers announced by the World Meteorological Organization and Copernicus come as no surprise, bemoaning how governments have not appeared to take the issue of global warming seriously enough. He expressed concern that the public will just forget the issue when temperatures fall again. And then we'll say the same things over and over again. Time hotty? Oh, the time hot, so. Boy, this must be the hottest time ever. Oh, well, keep monitoring and let's keep protecting ourselves as well from the impact, apart from the vitamin D that we get, but the general impact, which requires us to wear suntan and other forms of protection, shades, and so on and so forth. So that's just, those are just some of the stories. Oh, thank you for the confirmation, Errol. Errol, this is the Errol we referred to earlier on, was in fact Errol from New Jersey. I think we got that right then, Errol, we could safely say. Natalie Winter says, great afternoon from Washington Gardens, Kingston, Jamaica. Welcome, Natalie Winter. Good to have you join us here on both sides of the story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5, 876-922-4112 to 5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Hello to Jennifer Stewart. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for your greeting. Cherry Henry says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. I'm listening. Good to know you're tuned in, Cherry Henry. Thank you for making it both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. Let's check out WhatsApp to find out what's up. Let's see what's happening over there. Just a moment, so that we're just making sure we're not missing any of the messages that you are sending in. So let's see what's up with WhatsApp right now. Taking a while to download. Here we go. Whoa, quite a number of messages as anticipated. Where do we start? We start by taking a break here on your program, Both Sides of the Story.
Take my advice, go to school and learn the golden rule. You will find out. Oh, yeah. What I'm saying to you, that a good education will never be fair. Oh, that
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now 2:30.
Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays.
If you don't sit down and make an overall investment in your human resource and you keep just allowing your very best to go, you are going to end up weaker.
And tune in to Simon Crosskill from Wednesday to Friday.
The majority of people in Jamaica are good, decent, honest, hardworking people. What we are doing is we are allowing a minority to control the narrative.
Featuring The Bottom Line with Ralston Hyman, the best public affairs banter on Jamaican radio.
Everything is connected. If you have more of your people employed and you're operating at full capacity, you're supposed to be getting more output, not less.
It's Power Talk, weekdays 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Identifying challenges and finding solutions in a globalized world. Make it a date. Join us.
what I'm saying to you, that a good education will never be fair.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM. Neville, otherwise known as Salah, says, Dervan, if NIS should ever run out of cash, I think that the government needs to pay everyone from the consolidated fund. That's all the government has to do. They need to change the NIS laws and pay the pensioners from the consolidated fund, like what happened to the civil servants. Salah from Kingston. Thank you very much, Salah from Kingston, for your message. Marie from New York says, afternoon, Dervan. Read what you can to help those who might not know. Dictionary.com added more than 566 new words, 348 new definitions for existing entries, and 2,256 revised definitions as the dictionary works to keep pace with the ever-changing English language. Here are a few of the new the additions. Here are a few of the additions to the dictionary. Nepo baby. Nepo baby. So let's see if that's already in the dictionary. Dictionary, Oxford Dictionary. Nepo, Nepo, baby, B-A-B-Y. What do we have here? No results found. So that one doesn't count. Let's try this one. Jawn. Yes, it has made it in the dictionary, but it's really US English dialect. John. used to refer to a thing, place, person, or event that one need not or cannot give a specific name to. These Johns are very inexpensive. That's how to use it in a sentence. These Johns, Jawns, are very inexpensive. So John, one of the new words, which originated back in the 1990s, perhaps an alteration of joint, we're told. So John, Jawn, is a noun. It's a U.S. English dialect, chiefly in eastern Pennsylvania, used to refer to a thing, place, person, or event that one need not or cannot give a specific name. All right. So we found John. Let's look at this other word, unsee. 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 It's a verb. Unsees, unseeing, unsaw, unseen, past and present participle, with object, usually with negative informal, erase the memory. Let's go again. Right, so the word that we're looking at is unsee, Unsee. It's a verb conjugated as unsees, unseeing, unsaw, past and past participle, unseen, with object, usually with negative, informal. It's an informal term, meaning to erase the memory of or no longer register something unpleasant or distasteful that one has seen or noticed. So, for example, going through your phone or phones and seeing all kinds of things that perhaps we don't think we should have seen, so we need to unsee. I don't know how you do that, but because you have seen it already, haven't you? It's like you didn't. Well, let's leave it there for the time being. Also, big pharma. Well, we had been hearing the term big pharma for a while. That's not new. That term has been in use for some time. Big pharma. So that's BIGPHARMA. Big pharma. And that's a reference to, it's a noun, big pharma, BIG, one word, PHARMA, another. It's a mass noun. Big pharma is a mass noun, which refers to major multinational pharmaceutical companies collectively as a sector of industry. So big pharma is a major multinational pharmaceutical. It's reference to major multinational pharmaceutical companies collectively as a sector of industry. Big pharma remains the most profitable industry in America. That's one way of using the term in a sentence. And then there is general AI. Well, there's nothing out of the ordinary about this one. General AI, general artificial intelligence. And let's see. Another one is amalgagender. That sounds like a combination. When you speak of amalgamating, which is to combine or unite to form one organization. Well, this one now is amalgagender. Amalgagender. Are we finding it? No? AMAL Gagender. No, we're not finding it. No, the dictionary, well, it hasn't reached the online Oxford yet, it seems. And then there's chatbot. That's not new either. That one is not new. Chatbot. And that refers to a computer program designed to stimulate, I beg your pardon, designed to simulate conversation with human users, especially over the internet. So chatbot, chatbot, it's a noun. It refers to a computer program designed to simulate conversation with human users, especially over the internet. For example, chatbots often treat conversations like they're a game of tennis. And this one originated in the 90s as well. Chatbot. In Jamaica, we don't say chatbot, though. What do we say? Chatbot. Anyway, two different things. And what's this? Blur's Day. Come on now. I hope this is not descending into the ridiculous now. Let's see. Let's see if the dictionary has taken this one seriously, if the Oxford has taken it seriously. Well, no, we don't see the word Blur's Day, Blursday. What we see is Black Thursday, October 24, 1929. On this date, a then record number of shares were traded on the New York Stock Exchange by panicked investors, marking the onset of the stock market crash that precipitated the Great Depression. So Blur's Day is not there yet, not in the electronic Oxford dictionary that we have here. Goodwin's Law. Let's see if we know what that is. Goodwin's Law. Goodwin's, no, we're seeing Goodwin's Sand. Goodwin's Law hasn't made it to the online Oxford yet either. And then there's something called information pollution. Information pollution. Information pollution. Well, we don't see a definition there, just the same two words, information and pollution. And I don't know if it's Marie is the one who's suggesting that this refers to propaganda, but information pollution is the term. Another one is greenwashing. Greenwashing. It's an instance or practice of promoting or affiliating a brand, campaign, mission, etc., with environmentalism as a ploy to divert attention from policies and activities that are, in fact, anti-environmentalist. So greenwashing, this seems to be saying, is a fake attempt at environmental protection or being environmental conscious. So greenwash has made it in the in the digital Oxford. It's a noun, one word, greenwash. So most of us are familiar with the term hogwash. This is greenwash. So it's a noun, a mass noun. It speaks to misleading or deceptive publicity. Misleading or deceptive publicity, greenwash, disseminated by, and this misleading or deceptive publicity is disseminated by an organization so as to present an environmentally responsible public image. While they can be useful, these sorts of standards are sometimes used quite cynically as corporate greenwash. That's greenwashing, which originated in the 1980s from green on the pattern of whitewash. I don't know how many more of these we can go through. We're close to the break anyway, but there is crypto fascism. Crypto, CRYPTO, fascism, FASCISM. Crypto fascism, secret support for fascism. That's what it is. Crypto fascism. Let's go to the break and come back with more in just a moment.
Just take my advice. Go to school and learn the golden rules. You will find out what I'm saying to you.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
Tune in every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. for Your Legal Corner with Dana Walker Huntington during both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106 FM. It's your source of information regarding U.S. immigration matters, combined with Power 106 FM's pioneer of diaspora broadcasting. Call in with your U.S. immigration queries and concerns on 876-922-41125 or send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598 and get the answers you need for your U.S. immigration questions. That's Your Legal Corner with Dana Walker Huntington, Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. during both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm, only on Power 106 FM.
Go to school and learn the golden rules. You will find out what I'm saying to you.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. We're coming back to some of these terms that have been, words and terms that have been shared with us by Marie, one of our regular listeners. And let's see. Just need to bring up something else here. All right, just a moment.
You will find out what I'm saying to you. That a good education will never depend. Oh, yeah. That a good education will never depend. Little children, hear me, that a good education. Labor for learning, before you grow old. Learning is better than silver or gold. Silver and gold.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. So we've been going through some of these terms, we're told, that have been added to the dictionary. So there is crony capitalism. Crony capitalism. Don't think that one is new though. Crony capitalism. It's an economic system in which success in business is obtained through relationships to people in political power rather than through competition. And then there is GPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer. Generative Pre-trained Transformer, GPT. It's a type of machine learning algorithm that uses deep learning and a large database of training text in order to generate new text in response to a user's prompt. And there's one called polyromantic, noting or relating to a person who is romantically attracted to people of various genders, but not necessarily to people of all genders. And there is climate criminal, a person, business, country, or other entity whose actions or activities are considered particularly destructive to the environment. And I think we're going to leave it there for now. We're going to leave. Thank you very much, Marie. Thank you for sharing that information. And someone has shared with us 1 John 2, verses 15 and 16. Thank you very much. Franklin MacDonald in Guelph, Canada, has shared with us that heavy rains have caused flooding across Central Europe. Heavy rains cause flooding across Central Europe. And here we go again, climate change. Let's tell you some more in just a moment. Right, heavy rains cause flooding across Central Europe. Countries in Central Europe have been hit by severe flooding this week. Extreme rainfall has caused rivers across the region to break their banks, with the Danube and Elbe particularly affected. People living in affected regions in Austria, Czech Republic, Germany, Hungary, and Slovakia have been evacuated from their homes. 13 people are known to have died. Sorry to hear that. And this was brought to our attention, this development, by Franklin MacDonald in Guelph, Canada. Thank you very much for sharing, the circumstances notwithstanding. And there are a couple of other messages as well. But let's go to the phone lines. 876-922-4112-5. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Good afternoon.
Honorable,
your audio is distorted and muffled. Sounds like you don't want anybody to hear you.
You hear me now clearer?
Yes, that's much better.
So give thanks for your advice once more, yeah?
Thank you. Same here.
One reason for nothing, really. And resources in Jamaica, yeah. Like Jamaica, gold production, aluminum, copper, fuel, you name it. Limestone, and all these resources in Jamaica. The outcomes, we as black people are going through so much hardship and tribulation after the country here have so much resources.
Come again. What did I miss? Come again.
I said Jamaica with such amount of resources.
Yes.
like Jamaica gold production, aluminum, copper, limestone.
Gold, you said gold production?
And all this. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know we found some gold in the northern hills of Clarendon some time ago, but I'm not sure of the extent.
Bring up that pilot screen.
Bring up what?
Main subject. Jamaica gold production. I mean, that's it. Yeah, so the country, when I say I know, with all these resources in Jamaica, there's a people should not go through so much struggle. So I say hardship in life. So the same thing I reach us in Jamaica, the same thing reach us on the continent of Africa, we're in Canada, America, and England, then control all the resources in the country, you know, and I in a poverty, you know, seeing. So that I reach right here in Jamaica also, you know. So we need to take a stock ourselves, you know. Like we own our resources in Africa, the black population here in Jamaica couldn't own resources here in Jamaica, so that the gold production and aluminum. The black people couldn't own it, America and Canada mine it, and enrich them country, and would be then puppet government don't have little crumbs. You know? So we want to know what if we're going to stand up in the strength and pride of an African sovereignty, our this want to regeneration every day we are cry to a better standard of living. And so we want to go on as a people, you know, a people who bring civilization to the world. Come on. Right, is and stand up on our feet all alone. You know what I'm saying? The man shall must stand up and bless the Lord, the people of his choice. And we are the people of the man choice, you know, the creator choice, you know. Because we are the first humanity and the father and mother of mankind. So we need to stand up in our black integrity, you know what I'm saying? A black consciousness ourselves worldwide, anywhere we do. You know, see it? Because we see what we want to know. After we tell a man to live out with inheritance, which is Africa, God say, nah, left. Him say, no, I read war. After we tell him, say, right now, we not take out the raw material. Like we them doing at Jamaica here also. The man and colleagues, you know, I enrich myself and have the people in a poverty. You know, we want to deal with our affair now. You know, so we are telling them to come out of Africa. Chinaman, Russian, with the next one name, Putin, all of them. I would them want to I would them judgment people I want to do in a them country, come up president. No? So much proud of ourselves in our Africanness and not say we black and we see a black person, we must know it's our brother, you know? Our black people all over the world. And we have been oppressed by this nation. You know what I mean? So the puppet government vote for the two political party, PNP and Labour, right? 60 years I can't see myself in this judgment. If I work in a free interest, that's the truth. Black people. Labour right and PNP over 60 years working in I interest. People will push out them body parts from bus at daytime. With cloth name, orange cloth and green cloth. It can work in a free interest. We need this judgment. I'm going to take a step ourselves. Because no one will love us, yet to love everyone. You know, see? So we're in a serious position. Because come like we don't love ourselves. So make we love ourselves, you know? Because we let ourselves undone. You know, see? Make we turn to our black self, you know.
All right.
And deal with our black affair from Jamaica straight to Ethiopia, crowded, you know? Africa is calling for us, black sons and daughters in the diaspora, to strengthen such a move, you know? To get out the white men out of Africa, that's when the diaspora can return home, you know? That is somehow we are eat the crumbs in America after the white men table in England, But then we are bound with Africa. We are going like everything all right. You know? Come living in the man's backyard. I get a little piece of crumbs. You know?
Why do you keep excluding yourself? Why do you keep excluding yourself?
Excluding X is always wrong and R is right. You know, so let me stay at the R field. Let me stay at the R field.
We're out of time for this segment. We have to run. We have to run. We have to break. We have to break. Sorry about that. And we have an interview scheduled. Sorry about that. Thanks for the call anyway. Thank you. Good.
Join us this and every Tuesday morning at 8 during Morning Agenda as we travel on our agency and get answers to these and other concerns. You are welcome to visit our website at www.nwa.gov.jm. See the tender notices link for projects to be undertaken. You may also call them toll-free at 1-888-429-5NWA. That's 1-888-429-5692. Or follow them on Twitter at NWA_JA and Facebook at www.facebook.com/NWA Jamaica. The National Works Agency, developing safe, reliable, and quality roads.
Is everything all right on your end?
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles.
Okay, yeah. We're good now. You just gave me the thumbs up.
Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Take my advice. Go to school and learn the golden rules. You will out.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, the story of Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. It's that time of the year again when we feature the work of Jamaicans in the diaspora, especially as it relates to health and education in Jamaica. It's that time of year again for the Help Jamaica Medical Mission in Jamaica. And this will run from today, the 6th of September, to the 14th of September. And so get ready, pay attention. They might very well be coming to your community at some point. So during the visit, the team of volunteer specialist doctors and nurses from the New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut tri-state areas, that team is expected to provide screening for diabetes, sexually transmitted infections, STIs, sickle cell, some forms of cancer, diseases of the prostate, mental health issues, and for various types of heart diseases, and will serve some 7 communities. So if you're in Kingston, St. Thomas, and St. Catherine, expect the team from Help Jamaica Medical Mission. From today up to the 14th, communities, 7 communities in Kingston, St. Thomas, and St. Catherine. But hey, the best person to tell you all about it is on the line. He is perhaps one of the hardest working medical doctors I know, Dr. Robert Clark. Good day to you, sir. How are you?
Hi, very good, Dervan. I am a little bit tired. I'll survive. I'm at the airport actually, trying to sort luggages out and everything. I'm actually talking to one of the aircraft porters. Where are the luggages? Yes, the yellow bus. Thank you. Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, give me a minute.
That's all right.
We landed this morning, but oh boy, there was a delay in the flight. It was very hard in terms of all those 20-something boxes of medication. We had to sort them out and, get them cleared by customs, and it's a mess. But it's okay. We're here. We're ready to work. That never deters us,
Right.
because we're here for the people of Jamaica.
That's right.
We service for years and hopefully for many, many more years to come. And we're honored to be a part of this group. I am honored, and I am also honored to be helping out to treat the underserved in Jamaica and all over Jamaica, to be exact.
Well, let's step back a bit and share with our listeners at home and abroad the history of the body of work that the Help Jamaica Medical Mission has been doing since its inception.
Yeah, so we came about in 2010 as a spin-off from another medical mission called Caribbean Medical Mission, and we were going all over the Caribbean to do missionary work. I mean, like all over. And so each time Jamaica's turn came up, it would probably about every 8th year and all that stuff, 6 years. So we said, no. Pass the Christian thing first.
That's right.
We have to find a mission, find a way to go to Jamaica every year. And that's how Help Jamaica Medical Mission was born in 2010. So we say, you know what? This is strictly Jamaica. It's made in Jamaica. It's all about Jamaica, and here we are. And we have never turned back since. We've gone to all the rural areas, all the underserved, all of the areas that sometimes our buses can't go up to 11, but we persevere. Sometimes we're part of the bus at that point in time. We kind of, rough with the rest of the way, But it is what it is. This is what we're here to do, to help, and to make sure we have much more healthy lives in Jamaica, and to make people aware of health. And there's no wealth without health, and so we try our best to do as much as we can with our fellow Jamaicans.
And is it strictly medical matters? Is it strictly a medical mission, or are there other components that are extensions of the medical mission?
Yes, there are other components. For example, we do minor surgery if needs be. We participate in mental health. For example, we have a psychiatrist and a mental health person that comes, a counselor that comes with us, and we try to do that. We also, in the past, have done dentistry. We wanted to do some dental work this year, but because of the fact that this is our first trip after the COVID experience, because our last trip was in 2019. And then COVID came in 2020, so we had to stop. You know what happened during that time.
Yes.
And so now that COVID is over, we decided, this is the right time to really restart our efforts to make sure that we bring good health to our fellow Jamaicans. Those who really need, those who can't afford health care, those, who really want the help, but there's no hope. So we're here, we're their hope. We're here for them, and we give medications when we see them to last them up to a year. We try our best to buy as much as we can, and then we follow up the following year, because not other people you say, hey, you have to follow up with your private doctor. Many don't have one. If we say follow up with your local clinic, sometimes there's no clinics. Follow up with the hospitals. It's kind of hard. So, we try to make sure we can do as much as we can to make sure that even within that year, if they can afford medication, they'll be covered for up to a year. And that's how we do we're doing since 2010.
What method have you been employing to determine which communities to support, which parishes to travel to?
So, all right. So we have a various amount of formulas. For example, people hear about us, and what they do is they send us emails and letters inviting us, to their community. We do our research,
and see, take it by, in order of needs. I mean, everybody, there's a need everywhere, so we try to make ourselves available, especially for the poorest of areas. Because, we know our geography and we check these things, and so if we get, for example, if we get about 30, 40 applications, we will do everybody, but we do it as an unneeded, but those with the most need, so to speak,
Yes.
And then, so we will eventually get to everybody, but we try to do it that way. It's hard because we only do it once a year. It's a limited crew, but, we can't see everybody, but you know what? We try to do the best that we can so that everybody can get very, very good health care when they come.
And what about your team of volunteers, and how who are they, and how have they been playing their part as far as this Help Jamaica medical mission is concerned?
So our team consists of a whole variety of different persons from different walks of life, different, I would say, different job descriptions, different
Specialization.
that they do, right? So we never refuse anybody as long as they're willing to work. They can come and help us because we have a place for everybody. It's not just doctors. We see, we treat and stuff, but there are also people who can help us with blood sugar checks, blood pressure checks. Help to get the forms ready. To call in the patients to help us sort out the medication. I mean, there's people who help us with the statistics in data input in the computer. Tell us how many of different diseases on a daily basis. And it's a mixture. Everybody can come.
Yes.
We don't. Once you are willing to work, we don't refuse you.
Okay. I see Violet White on Facebook Live saying, "Thank you for all you do for Jamaica on your medical missions. The people are so appreciative for these medical missions." Talk to us about. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what we do. I mean, look, my motto is, life is not worth living until you give back. And, I always, no matter how far you reach in life, or, and stuff like that, everybody in life, we are all vulnerable people. No matter how rich you are or poor you are, everybody needs some help in some kind of a way. And so my thing is that you reach the mountaintop, turn back, give a hand to those who are in need, and help.
Yes.
And that's what I firmly believe in that. Look, to be honest, I'm a private practitioner, right? I have a private office. But if I don't work, I don't get paid. When I lock my office for 2 weeks, nobody pays me, but my staff is there. There's 8 people that I still have to pay, so, but that's fine. It's okay. I do not equate health with wealth or health with, with money. No. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's about the existence of a human being. It's about, or we cannot exist without helping each other. We cannot exist without being there for each other. And that's my mantra. That's my motto. I wish I would have 100,000 more people, with this mentality, and I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
And sometimes the means is not available. But if other people out there would want to join us, who have the same mentality, to give up themselves, to be unselfish, give us a call. Join our team. Join our crew. Help us to help improve the health care of every living people in Jamaica. That's what Help Jamaica Medical Mission be. The acronym HELP, H for health, E for every, L for living, P for people in Jamaica. That's our aim. It may not be easily accomplished, but we have at least set out to do that. Just that.
Well put. Very well put. Can you hold the line? I hope we're not taking up too much of your time, Doc. Just hold the line, please. We have a few more questions for you. Our guest is Dr. Robert Clark, who is the leader of the Help Jamaica Medical Mission, which has been serving Jamaica and Jamaicans from as far back as 2010 to this day. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
It's riveting, thought-provoking, and interesting. It's the morning agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. Join Jody and Quarry on Mondays and Tuesdays, and Sanjay Lewis on Wednesdays and Thursdays, while they alternate on Fridays, as they set your agenda and break down the issues, and keep you informed on what matters to you most. It's the morning agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. only on Power 106 FM.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the program, both sides of the story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Our very special guest is Dr. Robert Clark of the Help Jamaica Medical Mission, which has been doing now for about. Can you talk to us about the logistics?
Right. So first, I would also like to thank the government of Jamaica who has helped us to facilitate this mission. They've been very, very instrumental in us, getting the job done with ease in terms of all the logistics. The UPC and the medical director, they have been with us from day one. They have taken us all over the country, driven us all over to bring healthcare to the poor and needy. In fact, the JUTC does not only to bring people back and forth to work and all of that. They are very, very heavy into the community of healthcare as well. And so each time, we come, we partner with them. We go to the JUTC sites as well to make sure that, a lot of their employees are very well taken care of. There diseases does not restrict who it afflicts. And so they've been very instrumental in helping us. So we do this also in I would say in accordance with JUTC on a yearly basis. In times past as well, we have also partnered with Spanish Town, police, treatment park, and all of that, who has helped us also to go to the communities and see all these people who are affected and who really, really need help. We have a local liaison officer, Ms. Norma Russell. She is the one who is the boots on the ground. She helps to facilitate all the areas that we go to, make sure that everything is in proper place. So when we go to work, we just work. We don't want to be, having any breaks in terms of this is not. It helps us along, and to be honest, it is medication, equipment, manpower. It's not easy sometimes to take from one place to the other. But as I said, the UPC really, really helped us, and in doing so, they have been partnering with us on a yearly basis. They are really helping us to bring healthcare to the people all over Jamaica, and I do thank them for that. And hopefully, this partnership can continue as long as it's needed.
And how is it navigating customs? I know there's the Health Foundation within the Ministry of Health that is supposed to make the process as seamless as possible, especially for medical missions like the one you're heading up. How
they do their best.
Yes,
they do their best, but sometimes there's a lot of bumps in the road. But I'm used to it. We're used to it. We'll work with it. They try, but again, sometimes there are unforeseen bumps. Mr. Cephas from the ministry, he's been very, very instrumental in really helping us with the needs. They work with us, the Phillips Hall, they do their best. But again, there's some unforeseen funds that we really behind the scenes have to try to work out because our bureaucracy is, and sometimes it's not their fault. They're just what's in place. It's not to make it harder on us, but I guess every country has their policies, and it's how you implement those policies, and I guess how easy and harder you make it. But again, there are people working with us from the names I just mentioned, and hopefully over time it will get better. I hope it will get better because again, they're doing their best.
Yeah, and
we're here to be patient with them.
and speaking of doing their best, your organization has also been widely recognized by virtue of the work that you and your team of volunteers do. Uh, a lot of awards and recognition, different organizations up to relatively recently as well. Uh, what does that feel like? How does it feel to be able to get to receive those accolades? Does the feeling change in terms of once that happens, once you are recognized?
Honestly, to be honest, I was going to ask you what awards, what accolades this is. Again, I come from a very poor and humble background. To be honest, what means everything to me is that they can take up a glass, put on their face, and say, "Thank you, doctor. I can see again. I can see to read my Bible at night. Doc, I don't have the headache I used to have because my blood pressure is now down. My sugar is now controlled. These are my words, my words, and nothing makes me feel better than to see the smiles and the satisfaction on these people's faces. Because I know that without the help and without we controlling their blood sugar, their blood pressure, and all that stuff, they're going to die. Severe strokes, all this, it will happen. So when we can come in and make a difference, those are my words. Those are my words.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure I speak for my entire group. This is what we work for. Yes, it's fine to be, recognized and stuff, but you know what? I really want to be recognized by my patients to say, yes, the doctor has made a real big difference in my life. He has saved my life. He has made me feel better. He has educated me on my health and how to navigate my illness. This is what makes I would have said to myself, yes, I would have done something to impact somebody.
Yes.
This is where all my energy, my vibes, my everything is, it is I go to bed at night waking up wanting to help these people, to be honest.
Yes.
This mission, have you ever been to school when you have an outing going on? And, you can't wait to wake up the next morning to go to that outing.
Yes, I know the feeling.
in planning this mission,
Yes.
I could not wait for this moment because it's like every time I get my butterflies, like, man, I haven't worked for 4 years in Jamaica, 3 years. I want to come back and see these people, see who I can help, see who I can save, see whose blood pressure I can get down, diabetes, everything.
Yes.
This is what I live for, to be honest.
Yes. Well, I hear it. I hear it in your voice, and
I'm very passionate about it.
Yes. Yes. And in terms of your your group of volunteers, is it mostly Jamaicans, and what's the extent to which you've been able to get
even in my between New York and New Jersey, where people know how committed I am to my patients and less of me. So to be honest, I have people from all walks of life. I have my physicians from Haiti, I have from the United States, I have from Ghana, I have from Nigeria, I have people from all walks of life who have joined me. You understand? Bringing health here to the people of Jamaica. They love Jamaica.
Yes.
I mean, Jamaica is like the capital of the world. Everybody knows Jamaica. So once I invite them and I say Jamaica, all the hands go up. You've been in a classroom and the teacher asks you a question and everybody's hand goes up, the ones who know it. That is how it is with all my people who come to this medical mission.
Yes.
I said, who wants to come to Jamaica with me? All the hands go. Me teacher, me Dr. Clark, you know. And it's very satisfactory, sense of satisfaction. I feel so satisfied and grateful and very humbled
Yes.
by the fact that these people will come with me to my own life.
Right.
To help me to see all these people.
Yes.
A lot of them are also private doctors. They give up of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
There's one lady, Sonia Goodrich, she's been with me. She's an American.
Mm-hmm.
She's been with me from the inception. She has never missed a medical mission. And my hat goes out to her. I mean, it's just so amazing. There's so many people out there who are passionate like myself, and I want to lift my hat to them as well.
Before time runs out, can you just hit the key notes when it comes to this medical mission, Help Jamaica medical mission? What do those listening in those parishes? I think about 7. Is it 7 parishes?
Yes.
What can they? What do they? Okay, go ahead.
So what happened? Well, a lot of them know about us, and you know, we come, and whatever affliction they have, if they have a red eye, if they have a headache, a backache, high blood pressure, diabetes, any form of cancer, any prostate issues, any vagina issues, any allergies, come to us.
How early will you get going on any given day? What's
on the ground?
Yeah, the schedule.
Any given day. So we're always up by 6, and we between 7 to 8 we do breakfast, and we get to the sites at least by 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And the way we did it in the past is that back in the past, we never leave an area until every single person is seen.
Wow.
Every single person. So we do it. You know, I remember back in the day in Watermount, one night we left Watermount at about 2 a.m.
What?
And we had to get it back. Yeah, we had to get it back at 6 in the morning.
Ouch.
And sometimes sometimes, you know, they look at me, Dr. Clark, what are you doing? We can't see everybody. But, you know, we try, you know, as much as we can to push the needle, you know, and try to see as much, at least everybody. That has been our mantra over the years.
Yes.
Don't know if we can maintain it this year, but we certainly will do our best as trying to see every single person that comes.
Right. So in terms of the areas, I know it's a lot to try to walk around with that information in your head, but generally speaking.
So we go to parties in St. Thomas. We go to the Evangelistic Center in Walton Park. We go to somewhere in Manchester, 2 places in Ireland, another place in Kingston. We do the JUTC. You know, I don't have the schedule.
I understand. So is there a website that people can go to say, oh, this is the schedule?
JamaicaMission.com, yeah.
Okay. All right.
JamaicaMission.com.
All right. Look, I'm not gonna take up any more of your time. You still have a lot of ground to cover in terms of your duties. We thank you. Can I be so bold as to say, on behalf of the government and people of Jamaica, a big thank you, Dr. Robert Clark, for the work that you continue to do as part of the healthcare for every living person, Help Jamaica Medical Mission. Well done to you and your team.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Dervan, Malcolm. I know you've had me in this program before.
Yes.
And I know you're a big voice in the diaspora. We love you and we appreciate what you do for us as well. Thanks for having me again.
It's been a pleasure. We reciprocate wholeheartedly. Thank you so much. And we'll be checking in. We'll be checking in to see how things are going as the days go by.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take care. That's Dr. Robert Clark of the organization known as Help Jamaica Medical Mission. They're in Jamaica, and the mission will run from today, Wednesday the 6th, to the 14th of September. So make a note of
the Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelly Ann McLaggard. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app. Jesus, Jesus, oh Jesus, Jesus, oh how I love to call your name.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for the longest running religious calling program on Jamaican radio, The Prayer Line. Join Pastor Errol Hay and his team as they offer spiritual guidance and intercession grounded in biblical doctrine. Hear powerful testimonies from Jamaica and around the world. The Prayer Line, a source of support and inspiration in these trying times. That's The Prayer Line on Power 106 FM, Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Join us.
You shall live, declare the words of God. Amen. You shall be a living testimony here on the Lord's side.
It's better than silver or gold, silver and gold. It vanish away, but how good education wherever it can. Little boys, little girls, oh yeah, just take my advice. Go to school and learn the golden rules. You will find out what I'm saying to you. Not how good education wherever it can.
It's time for the This is Jamaica segment of both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It happens every Wednesday afternoon at 3:30 Jamaica time or Eastern Standard Time, which is 4:30 Eastern Daytime. That's Daylight Saving Time, right, EDT. And it is that time again for us to feature the work of This is Jamaica, and they are serving Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. If you need more information straight up, you need to go to, you can go to thisisjamaica.org. Thisisjamaica.org. And there's an opportunity as well, a glorious opportunity to win a scholarship through the This is Jamaica, the Peter Grace's This is Jamaica Poetry Scholarship competition. So there is that opportunity, there's that possibility as well. The This is Jamaica Scholarship Competition 2023. The winning schools: Redwood Primary, St. Catherine, 2022, and before that, Jesse Paul Primary, Kingston, and that was 2021. So the support continues to grow, and Peter Gracie, we thank him as usual for his work behind the scenes in making it happen. So now we are going to be getting some more information with respect to the dynamics between a couple of organizations. There is the This is Jamaica organization, and there is also Education Solutions International Incorporated. And so we're curious to find out about that connection, and we're going to learn about both organizations as well. But so far, we have one of our two guests waiting in the wings. The other we're still trying to connect with. But in the meantime, we're going to say hello and welcome to the This is Jamaica Vice President uh, for the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida, JAAOCF, and you on board both the story of Jamaica and Jamaicans. So can we start by laying the foundation of your organization, which you serve as president, the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida. Can you give us a bit of background on that organization, first of all, please, Joan Edgehill?
Certainly. The Jamaican American Association has been in existence for more than 30 years, 37, 38 years now. And our mission is to promote our culture and to enhance, our Jamaicanness, as it were. So we do a lot here in regard to helping Jamaicans here in Central Florida and also in Jamaica, particularly in education. We give scholarships, and this year we were proud to give 9 scholarships to $1,000 to students start somewhere in the middle, perhaps. I'm not the first leg. I should have a poem like that. I'm not the first leg, nor am I the last. But I intend, and I'm determined to keep going on until I reach the one that takes hold of the baton and continues to run. So that's my outlook.
Well, you're having teased us. We might have to ask you to recite it in a little while.
Oh Lord.
But what we're showcasing this afternoon, of course, is the teaming up of title sponsors with This is Jamaica to support this scholarship competition. That must, I don't want to call it a burden, but it must take off some weight off the shoulders because obviously we're talking organizations, 501c organizations. So you obviously need resources and look forward to support such as this. Wouldn't you say, Joan Edgehill?
Yes, indeed. And we were actually very happy to join with This is Jamaica because we have the same, objective. We want to see children do well, especially our Jamaican children. We want to give them the best possible advantage. And joining this initiative by Mr. Gracie was not a difficult decision. So we were happy, as I said, and proud, and we made sure that we found the funds to
hold it right there, please. Let's take the break, Joan Edgehill, and come back with more on the This is Jamaica segment of Both Sides of the Story here on Power 106 FM.
For any project, ABC Electrical Sales has all your electrical supplies at the best prices. 8 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, 754-3714. The time by ABC Electrical Sales is
3:45.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. It's time for the This is Jamaica segment. And the segment is, of course, at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's 4:30 Eastern Daytime. And it's the This is Jamaica segment right here on Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Peter Gracie's This is Jamaica Poetry Scholarship Competition 2023. The title sponsors teaming up with This is Jamaica to support the scholarship competition. Dr. Dwayne Dice, founder and CEO of Education Solutions International, Inc., 2022 sponsors. Sorry, we haven't been able to connect with Dr. Dwayne Dice, but Ms. Joan Edgehill is more than competent and overqualified to talk about these matters, and she's such a committed Jamaican. And so,
because the funds go directly to the, in our case.
yes,
They're also asked to write an essay about how their Jamaican heritage will help them to succeed or help them to succeed thus far. So, and they also have to show that they do some community service, because we believe that's important too.
yes,
And it shows character, you know, so these things are what we look at. That's our criteria. And we choose from the best, you know, putting all those things together. We then choose someone to give it to. Sometimes we get so many, not everyone is able to get a scholarship. And other times we don't get that many, so everyone is able to get one. But I think almost everyone got one this year. So given 9, like I said, we're very, very happy to do that. And we want to improve. We want to give more every year. And so then when we were asked to give to as title sponsors to This is Jamaica, you know, we were like, you know what, we need to find the funding for that too, because that's equally important. It's just that we're younger, usually younger students than what we normally give, because we give the students coming out of high school going into college, whereas This is Jamaica is much younger. And it's fascinating to see these babies. These babies reading poetry and reciting, you know, I just find it awesome. I'm not sure where Peter Gracie got the idea from, but it was an excellent idea.
yes,
Excellent. You know, first to write the poem and then to think to, you know, using it in this way.
yes,
Yeah.
that's very well done by him.
Yes.
Yes. And so now, in terms of your general outlook when it comes to poetry, how do you see poetry?
Oh, now we're talking. Well, obviously, I love it.
Yes.
And I, like I told you before, I wrote a book, and I credit Mr. Gracie with inspiring me, and I'm not ashamed to say it again and again. He did. He inspired me to start writing again. A lot of us used to write poetry. You know, I hear people say it all the time, and I did so as a child. You know, but I, you know, let it lay, you know what I mean, in the ashes, as it were. But did nothing about it. And then I met him and decided to write again. But I believe that poetry is such an important form of creative writing, you know, and paper, things you probably would not say sometimes out loud, or thoughts you may think maybe I shouldn't actually be saying this.
Yes.
We can put it in poems, put it in poetry, and it's almost sometimes as if you're talking as someone else.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm talking as myself, sometimes I'm talking as someone else. So it's a wonderful means of expressing. So for the children, you know, learning these words and rhymes in good poetry is a wonderful building tool and such an amazing foundation for literacy, writing, and language arts.
You're hitting all the right notes. Whoa.
Yeah, all of them. Self-expression, storytelling. Yes. And you know, I told you before too that I was a teacher. I still consider myself one.
You are.
I'm retired. I'm retired. But I was not really told to give poetry too often in school, but I incorporated it more than I probably should have. And I used it to teach my children in so many ways. I'd make up rhyming songs. I'd write rhymes and words and then put it to music, because music is also important.
That's right.
You know? And so I put them together, and those things help children to remember. So when the exams came and they recalled the poems in their heads and the rhymes and the songs, they were able to answer questions they might not have been able to before.
Yeah.
I made up songs for science, for math, for reading comprehension.
Yes.
I had one for main idea. I had one for office purpose. It just went on. And a lot of the teachers thought I was crazy. My music teacher
Just look at you now.
Yes.
All right,
So
hold.
I was developing my
Yes,
skills
yes,
with my children.
absolutely. Hold it right there. We have managed to connect with Dr. Dwayne Dice, Joan Edgehill. So we're going to throw to Dr. Dice right now. He is founder, CEO of Education Solutions International Inc., 2022 title sponsor, and obviously teaming up with the JAAOCF, the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida. Dr. Dwayne Dice, it's good to talk with you again. How are you?
Yes, Dervan, it's really awesome to connect with you here as usual. It's very good.
Yes.
So thank you so much for the connection.
And thank you very much for joining us. Tell us about this relationship between Education Solutions International and the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida, and obviously this is Jamaica as well.
Yes. Well, we have a few years now. We've been partnering and sharing resources to get into schools in Jamaica. This is Jamaica has started a good initiative to promote the arts, especially poetry, in Jamaica. And already that we're a very strong, expressive set of people in the Caribbean, not just Jamaica, in the Caribbean. But our Jamaican people have spread their talent right across the globe. And so when Peter Gracie contacted me to become a partner in this, I couldn't say no at all, because it goes right back to our roots, what he's trying to accomplish among school-age students. And then, of course, you have the Jamaican Association, American Association of Central Florida, with their input in the mix as well. So they're not just sponsoring students; they're helping a wide section of communities with limited resources. It's a good partnership that anyone can and should become a part of to help our Caribbean people, not just in Jamaica, but the ones who are actually in America as well.
And for those unfamiliar with your organization, Dr. Dwayne Dice, Education Solutions International, how would you characterize your organization?
Education Solutions International is a nonprofit. It's a 501c3 nonprofit in New York. We're based in New York. But what we do is we actually have partnerships and collaborative relationship with people right across the globe. We provide training for teachers and principals, assistant principal, leadership in school, and educators right across the region. Our biggest, strongest partners are the unions in the Caribbean, and also the Caribbean Union of Teachers, so the big body and the smaller ones in the islands. So those are our biggest supporters and collaborators and partners in the region. And then, of course, we have across the Atlantic, we have partners in England as well as in the Middle East that we call upon to support the initiatives that we're doing, what we're carrying out right across the globe. It's a welcoming effort that we are putting into the nonprofit to make sure that the training that we're giving, all the training that we're giving, they're at a very, very small cost. It's very tiny compared to if schools or school systems would hire people from outside. They would charge an arm and a leg, but it's very small. And then majority of our training for schools in general is free. For example, we have a training tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock Jamaica time, and it's called Multi-Tiered Systems of Support, MTSS training, and it's one of our very own Jamaican psychologists doing the training, Dr. Zanu Gordon in Chicago. He migrated from Jamaica and he's doing one of those trainings.
One moment, please. We have to take the break and come back and wrap. One moment.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock. Supreme Real Estate, licensed real estate dealers, the experts in residential, commercial, industrial, hotels, and villa sales, rentals, and leases. Supreme Real Estate, Main Street, Salem, Runaway Bay, St. Anne. Call 876-973-5026 or 876-973-6142 and email supremerealestate@cwjamaica.com.
Maximize your earnings with a COK Max Deposit Account. With a minimum deposit of $50,000, you can earn up to 7% interest on your deposits. Yes, you can earn up to 7% interest on deposit. Go ahead, save for that house deposit. Secure your nest egg with a COK Max Deposit Account. For information, call us at 960-4226 or sign up online at cokfinancialservices.com. Conditions apply.
You will find out what I'm saying to you. That how good education will never be.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4:02 que le retire en français les 4 de 现在 TDN 了4点02分 2 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. This is the This is Jamaica segment of Both Sides of the Story here on Paro 106 FM, featuring Peter Grace's This is Jamaica Poetry Scholarship Competition 2023. Title sponsors are teaming up with This is Jamaica to support the scholarship competition. And you've been hearing a lot about that. And the title sponsors, Education Solutions International Incorporated, led by Dr. Dwayne Dice. And then on the other side, of course, we have This is Jamaica. We have Vice President Joan Edgehill of This is Jamaica. And of course, she also wears the hat of President of the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida. You were telling us about an event or a couple of training sessions tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Jamaica time, there's a workshop online, and people have to go to educationsolutionsinternational.org to register for it. It's MTSS, Multi-Tiered Systems of Support, training for teachers to support with behavior and intervention in the school. That's tomorrow. And we have others coming up in our network too. But I want to say a very, very big thank you to This is Jamaica and Peter Gracie for carrying out so much work with the young people in terms of art. And then shout out to Miss Joan and Edgel for her support with this. We actually partnered quite a few times in the past, so I want to say big up to her and Peter Gracie.
All right, Peter Gracie, big up to you wherever you are. Thank you very much for being a part of the experience. And all the best in your endeavors as usual, Dr. Dice. And as you're welcome. And as we wrap, Joan Edgehill will give you the last word for now.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Dice, for that. Very kind of you. And we really love having you speak at our event. Okay, we look forward to you coming again. Okay, now as far as the poem, this is Jamaica's concerned. I love it because it encourages our children to not only read, recite, and write their own poetry, but they are proud of their homeland as they repeat the words in that poem. So I just love how it teaches them, to experience things outside of their own experience in Jamaica. It gives them empathy and confidence. Confidence is one of the biggest things that I've noticed with the young people who are reciting those poems. So I'm very grateful to be a part of it. As Dr. Dice said, it is indeed an honor to be a part of such a wonderful initiative. And by the way, the final cutoff deadline is September 15th. So please encourage the children in Jamaica to submit their videos by September the 15th. So it's not a long time to go.
All right. Well, we hope they heard that and they will spread the word.
Indeed.
So, thank you very much, Joan Edgehill. It's been a pleasure. And
always.
And as we said, Dr. Dice, thank you as well for being on board and being one of the partners for This is Jamaica Poetry Scholarship Competition. And we will have more going forward in terms of keeping the information front of mind and center. But thank you both very much, Joan Edgehill. Thank you, Dr. Dwayne Dice, and we'll catch up again pretty soon.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Dervan.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we are delighted to have joining us today Sabrina Simpson, Communication Officer, Corporate Communications Department for the JN Group. I beg your pardon. Sorry, Sabrina. I beg your pardon. When you have 2 and 3 different apps different apps open, and you think you're on the correct one, and then you end up being on another one. Sorry about that. Let's just make sure we get it right now. Right, here we go. So information is right here. And so here we go. This is our guest this afternoon is Mr. Ricardo Williams. He is head of branches, Eastern JN Bank. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Sir Dervan.
Oh, it's been a while. Good to talk with you.
Good to talk to you as well.
Wonderful. Right. So first of all, just before we come to the matter at hand, can you help us to understand the term here, head of branches, Eastern JN Bank?
Okay. All right. Good afternoon to you and your listeners.
Good afternoon.
All right. I'm basically in charge of the JN Bank location in the Eastern region. So the general operations and sales for these locations I have oversight for.
Okay.
For this portfolio, they're looking at a total of 17 locations.
contributions
Whoa.
of 33.
So they keep you busy.
Very busy, Dervan. Very busy.
I can just imagine. So now, let's get to the importance of diaspora members saving in Jamaica, because there's a JN Bank savings campaign that is on, correct?
Right, correct. We currently have the Double Up Savings promotion ongoing now. And this is a part of our overall Save So You Can savings campaign. So basically it's a campaign around saving. We launched this in July of this year, and we're encouraging persons to save so they can achieve their goals.
Yes.
Right. So under the Double Up the Savings promotion, participants who open, we have an account called the JN High Yield account. So what we're trying to encourage is, contractual savings, something that you set aside each month and you don't touch, you just put that aside, you treat it like a bill. If you have a utility bill or anything like that, everybody has to pay it, right? So in that case, you can identify some funds that you can set aside each month. We recommend that, you come into our location and ask us about our JN High Yield account.
Yes.
Promotion basically is running for a year. It started July 28th of this year, and it will run until the 31st.
All right, so let's break it down now and help our listeners to appreciate what you're trying to do here. The Double Up Your Savings promotion, yes.
Right. So basically, for persons who pledge an amount, so you say you pledge an amount of, and it has to be a minimum of $25,000 per month, you'll find that you'll be eligible. 5 lucky winners will be eligible to be selected to have their pledge amount doubled up to a maximum of 100,000. So if your pledge amount is 100,000, you will double that at the end of the period. You'll find that you'll be eligible to double that amount. So $200,000 will be there for you.
Hold on, man. Come again. Am I hearing right? Come again.
Yeah, man, you're hearing correctly, man.
Come again.
We will double your pledge. So basically 5 lucky winners, possible winners are there through a selection process, of course. And once you fall within that 5, whatever your pledge amount is, we will double that amount for you.
Real money.
Real money. Okay. We also the first 60 persons who open an account with us during the 60-day calendar days of the promotion will be rewarded $2,500. So I think we still fall within those 60 days.
Yes.
So persons will be eligible to be rewarded $2,500 to their promotion account once they establish it within 60 days after the promotion has been launched.
Good. And you're targeting those in Jamaica or Jamaica and the diaspora?
Jamaica and the diaspora, because saving is saving, and as you can appreciate, we want to create value for everyone. We want everybody to understand the importance of thrift and saving, and so it applies to everybody at large.
Oh, this is wonderful. And what kind of uptake have you been getting so far from your members?
Persons, what we have done is some targeted approaches in terms of we have already identified persons who tend to consistently save a certain amount each month. So we have started with that group. We have sent special communication to them regarding, transferring to a high yield product that normally pays a higher rate of interest as well.
Right.
And to set that money aside on a consistent basis for a goal. So basically saving so you can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, sorry, go ahead.
That's the first approach. That's the first approach.
Yes.
We also have been having, different campaigns. We are using mediums such as this that we're on now to share the word as to what you can do under the Double Up Savings promotion. We have, different social media website postings. It's all over. We are trying to get that information to all different sectors so that it can reach as many persons as possible.
And what about children? Are they included or too young for this?
Well, they're too young for this, But again, you know, it can be done in tandem with the parent. Okay. So the parent may be the one that is funding it, but it can be done by the parent with the child on it, because all our accounts can actually have a child added to the account. So that would not be a problem. In terms of eligibility for the winnings, though, it would have to be the person that is over 18 years.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah, man.
Right. So now, and this promotion will go for a year.
For a year.
All right.
July the 31st.
Hold on. Tell us some more in just a moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
It's riveting, thought-provoking, and interesting. It's the morning agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. Join Jody and Quarry on Mondays and Tuesdays, and Sanjay Lewis on Wednesdays and Thursdays, while they alternate on Fridays, as they set your agenda and break down the issues and keep you informed on what matters to you most. It's the morning agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. only on Power 106 FM.
Before you grow old, learning is better than silver or gold. Silver and gold will vanish away, but our good education will never decay. Little boys, little girls, oh yeah, just take my advice.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4:17. ¿Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:17. 现在地点了4:17 分. 17 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? If not, now is a good time. Good afternoon to all the schoolers listening to us, all the students from the early childhood level to the secondary level. Trust you had a productive day of learning today. Hope you also managed to get in some physical activity, just as important as mental activity. As we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people, as we continue with more on today's edition of Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Online, we have Mr. Ricardo Williams. He is the head of Eastern JN Bank. And he has been telling us about the JN Bank Double Up promotion, and it's an opportunity for us to save, and as part of that promotion, we could end up in that group of 5, and what that will mean in terms of doubling up. So if you have 100, it should be, because it would be a good way to just get an idea of how serious we are about saving in Jamaica, for example. Why am I doing all the talking? I'm sorry. Let me bring back Mr. Ricardo Williams into the discussion. Thank you very much for holding the line, Mr. Williams.
All right, thank you, Dervan. And it's interesting that you pointed out what will happen at July 2024.
Yeah.
I think it's important to note that the 5 winners that you have mentioned, the 5 lucky winners, will actually be quarterly winners. So you'll find that each quarter there will be 5 winners. So that would make a total of 20 winners throughout the year for this campaign.
Your generosity knows no bounds.
thought I needed to highlight that fact. It's not just 5; it's 5 per quarter.
That is that. Yeah, that's quite. That if that doesn't help to motivate, I don't know what will.
Definitely. But outside of motivating Dervan, I think it's important that, we look at what the overall campaign is about. So the Save So You Can campaign. It is definitely geared to helping our members and Jamaicans at large to become the best versions of themselves.
Yes.
And, we see that savings is one of the ways in which persons can achieve goals and realize their dreams, such as owning a home, a car, opening a business, vacation, education, and so on and so forth. So therefore we want to encourage Jamaicans here and abroad, as mentioned before, to write down their goals. Open a joint bank account and set aside something, man. The amount above that 25,000, or even less, if that's what you can afford. It's very important that we set something aside. Save so you can.
And how? So, all right. So just so that those who are just tuning in, and those of us who were distracted can be on the same page. What do those listening to us now, what do they need to know, and what do they need to do in order to experience and be a part of the Double Up Your Savings promotion?
Well, it's just to become a member. Just to become a JN member. You go through the regular onboarding process. You join us, and then you can select the account of choice that best suits you and your immediate needs. We have able persons who can give the proper guidance, financial guidance that can get you from point A to point B. And, we are here and ready to serve. You find that we also have, a joint bank savings hub where we have a collection of useful information in that space, which includes, saving solutions, tools, tips, articles, resources for persons to have at their disposal. This can be found at www.savings-hub/. You'll find that by visiting that area, you can get all the requisite information that can guide you as it relates to the next step. But all being easy, it's easy and simple to just visit a JN Bank location, or you can visit our website and set an appointment by our website to visit a branch to get your account open.
And that appointment, okay, so I couldn't just turn up one day to do it, or
you can turn up, or for ease of convenience and completion, you can always visit our website at www.jnbank.com and set an appointment. The appointment tab is at the top of the screen there. You just click on it, select the day, the time that you prefer, and you'll be given a number, and you just present that number at the location of choice, and they'll be there waiting for you to serve.
So what's the chance of one of the 5 lucky winners per quarter popping up in another quarter, or that's not supposed to happen?
Well, it's about the consistency of savings. I believe it should apply, irrespective of the fact that the person would have won it before.
Okay. So that's another opportunity.
Right. It's just that the maximum payout per individual, as stated before, would be 100,000.
Okay.
So if you were to surpass that 100,000, then the eligibility would go.
I see. I see. Right. And I think I was mumbling some things to myself earlier on, just before coming back from the break, to say, but this is also a very smart way just to get a sense of how people, and in this case, members of the JN family, how they feel about saving and what they do.
Where persons are of the view that, okay, I don't earn enough, so I just won't save. But, the truth is, every little make a muckle.
That's right.
Jamaican saying.
And one cocoa full basket.
Thank you. One cocoa full basket. So the onus is really on us as individuals to sometimes step back and, see what we can do. What we have found, and some of the discussions we have with our customers is that, hey, if something is happen tomorrow, sometimes we come up with that $10,000 and we need, you know, we come up with that $5,000.
You are so right.
Or if there's an event, we consistently find ourselves going to that event for $5,000 each month.
Don't get me started on that one. Sorry, go ahead.
So what if we take the initiative that, hey, I'm going to, you know, hold off on doing certain things and redirect these funds on a monthly basis to a particular savings program, because there are other benefits to be derived from doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It also aids you later on, though, if you are, you know, in need of a credit facility from Jane Bank.
Yes.
You know, because what it will show is that, hey, this person is able to consistently save this amount from their earnings each month, which may be the exact amount or within the range of what is needed to repay a loan facility if one were to be granted. So these things, you know, your credit, it goes towards approving it for credit in some instances. So developing a saving pattern where you don't spend it all, you put some aside is very important. And that's why we are saying, you know, save so you can. Save for that goal that you can actually do something that, you know, you have in the back of your head that you would want to do. You know, put something aside.
How similar, if you don't mind me putting this question to you, how similar is it to, and I...
The yield account that I mentioned, that's where you specific to the double up the savings promotion, is one that is, has deposit rates where, okay, this is a set amount that you have to save X amount each month consistently for 12 months. So within that period, you can't touch it. Similar to measurement that would maybe be 30 days or 90 days, you know?
Yes.
So for 12 months, you're expected to one, lodge X amount each month, whatever you put to lodge, you lodge that. And two, you won't be able to touch it. So it's ensuring you have some money set aside. You won't touch it until 12 months time. Granted, if you wish to break it, you know, we have emergencies and so on. But we will always do that. And all that would be affected would be your interest on the amount, but your principal is not be in any way touched. But the other feature,
yes, tell us. Yes, man, I was saying, please tell us about the other feature.
The other feature I think I would want to point out, and it's something I personally use, is our term share loan feature. So what you find is that for these instruments, you can actually borrow against it. You know, so at the emergency I mentioned, you know, emergencies come up, you can always borrow up to 90% of whatever you have on that fixed instrument to carry out the whatever you have to do, you know. So I personally use this. I set aside some funds on a fixed instrument. I borrow against it at 90%. I buy the blind.
So you're practicing what you preach.
Thank you very much. I make sure I do it. I have to test the product in order to sell it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, and I am a firm believer in the term share loan product. $50,000 to do X, and 90,000 is gone, and I'm not saving it back. But by having a monthly payment, it forces me to pay back that loan, and then at the end of the loan period, the funds are accessible to me again. So it's almost like really forcing me to save.
That's smart.
I really love that component of all these instruments. So it's good that you mentioned that.
Great. Well, look, we could go on all afternoon because it's just so much here. But this is good. This is exciting. This is, and it can be fun as well. It can be fun.
Right. It can be.
Yes.
It can be. And it can be very encouraging, you know.
Yes.
So for all the dreams that you may hold dear, you know, Jane Bank has a saving solution to assist with achieving them. And that's what we want everybody on this call to understand and know that. Visit Jamaica National, you know, from the cradle to enjoying the best years of after retirement. You know, we offer short, long-term savings deposits to help you meet your needs and boost your financial empowerment.
Thank you so much. We're delighted that you're able to join us this afternoon. Thanks a lot. And
thanks for having me, Dervan. I really appreciate the time.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Take care. All the best. Thank you. So there you go. That's Mr. Ricardo Williams, head of branches, Eastern JN Bank, telling us all about the latest campaign, which is to double up your savings. JN high yield account. Let's leave it there for now and come back with more in just a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:32 on Power 106.
Tune in every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. for Your Legal Corner with Dana Walker Huntington, doing both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106 FM. It's your source of information regarding U.S. immigration matters, combined with Power 106 FM's pioneer of diaspora broadcasting. Call in with your U.S. immigration queries and concerns on 876-922-41125 or send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598 and get the answers you need for your U.S. immigration questions. That's Your Legal Corner with Dana Walker Huntington, Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. during both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm, only on Power 106 FM.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5:27. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5:27. 现在地点了5:27分. 27 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done well? Let's do this. Let's do this the other way because we did that one already. How about asking? How about finding out? Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, the story of Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. And let's see. Natalie Winter says let's start. Let's back up a bit. Patrick Johnson says, good afternoon, Dervan. Patrick listening from Ohio. Welcome, Patrick, from Ohio. Natalie Winter says, if the NIS runs out of cash, the NIS can get cash directly from the bank. NCB and BNS that hold the accounts for government directly, specifically NCB, I know personally of, says Natalie Winter. And she was saying something about no sound and picture going back on YouTube. Not sure what that is about because everything here seems fine from what we're getting on the stream. Thank you anyway, Natalie Winter. Violet White, good afternoon to you. Remind us which link you wanted us to drop. Sorry about that, we missed that. And Norman Hines, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much. Let's go to the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm doing great. I have a problem with NCB, you know.
What happened?
You know, I pay my water bill through NCB August 8th. And Water Commission say they have not received that money.
Oh. Sorry, go ahead first.
Yeah. So I called them this morning to find out what's happening. They say, yes, they pull the money from the account and they're sitting down.
But it hasn't been reflected that the fact that you actually, that funds were taken from your account.
Yes, they say they see where the fund taken, but the recipients don't get it.
Oh, so that sounds like a delay. The channel that the funds would normally take. That channel doesn't seem to be working.
That is 1 month now.
Oh dear.
And listen, Water Commission charged me late payment.
When it wasn't your fault.
They sent me another bill.
Mm.
The late payment included that money that I already pay, and NCD have the money, sit down on the money. That's not nice.
No, that's not good. But let me see, because sometimes they say that it's not. I don't know if they can say that in this instance, but they sometimes will say it's not really. It's out of their hands because the funds were already taken out. But something.
They don't send it to Water.
That's what I'm saying. So whatever channel would normally be used to get the funds, to confirm and to therefore trigger the system or notify the system to say this one is clear, let's move on. That didn't work this trip apparently for you. So what are they saying? Have you spoken with anybody there?
I spoke to somebody there. They're telling me it's going to take 10 days for them to fix it. No, Water Commission keep on my case sending bills.
No, but as far as I am aware, the technology is such these days that it's almost instant, except one or two entities, depending on the nature of their business and so on.
I was in Jamaica August 8th. I paid August 8th. I know they send me another bill for September with that bill that I pay already. Come on this bill plus late charge. NCB have to cover that.
Oh dear.
Because they are the one who hold up the money.
Yes, that sounds like, who do you go to now? That's the Financial Services Commission, the FSC. I don't know if you're able to, but you might want to reach out to them, the Financial Services Commission, and let them advise you. They would know.
How you find the number?
You should be able to Google it. Financial, let's see, FINANCIAL Services Commission, Jamaica. Let's see what we have here. So the number is 906 30
06.
You got 906 906 906 3010 10. So that's 90. So you have to put 876 before the number, of course. 876 906 3010. And they're in New Kingston. They're at 39 Barbados Avenue in New Kingston.
Yeah. I'm in America, yeah. I'm in America.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. You're okay. Okay.
Right? But I'm really disappointed in NCD. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because I said, when I get the bill from the Water Commission, I said, what is going on? I paid that money already. So I said, they probably might take a little time to do. Water Commission emailed me yesterday. I said, no, they haven't received the money. So I called back NCD now. And they are telling me that they pull the money from their account. Sitting down over there.
Well, they will have to check their system, because if they don't, then it means more people are going to be similarly affected.
Yeah, if they pull the money, then they'll pay for the money. They don't want the money for.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's. I think you should try and get in a word with someone from the Financial Services Commission.
People and see where do I reach, because I pretty much need redress. They need to pay the late payment fee.
That's what I'm saying. Try and speak with somebody from the Financial Services Commission, because they know they have. So they're sending you estimated bills then?
Yes. But you walking. Nobody's in the house. I just get the key when I was in Jamaica in August. Nobody's in the house. but they still sending me the bill without a meter.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
So you perhaps need to, oh gosh, that's another phone call there too. This time to NWC, which sometimes it's a little touch and go as to whether you'll get through because of all kinds of reasons. But that you'd need to.
Do that far. Because I mean, like I said, nobody's in the house. I was down there. I was down there for 2 weeks. I don't even sleep in the house because I don't have no furniture in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I just went there from work and leave. And they keep sending this estimated. It's not a lot, but I'm not burning any water. I'm not using any water.
Mm. And do you know do you have outside pipes or other connections?
I have an outside pipe, but I don't put no head on it. It bung up same way. I didn't put a head on it. So.
Oh.
And then it's in a gated community. You know, everybody have them thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody lives in that house yet because, like I said, I just got the key in the other day.
Okay.
But we need the meter in the house to see what I use.
Yeah, but that should be routine. You shouldn't even have to be making this call to talk about that. It should be quite routine. That's something that the NWC knows how to do, and they have the meters. It's not that they don't have meters.